Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother as we play Modern Merfolk with Benthic Biomancer. Benthic Biomancer, this is your last chance. Better do something or I'm scrapping you from the deck. And if you want to see the last chance of Benthic Biomancer, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsor, the ManaBase.com. And you know what? Red decks have for taking over Standard with Light Up the Stage and Skewer the Critics. If you want to learn how to beat them with Primal Revenge, you're going to want to check out MTG Jeff on the ManaBase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And I have a new patron on supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much. So I'd like to thank very much to Charles Maher. Thank you very much for supporting the channel on Patreon. So here's a list. I can't say like, you know, this list is gonna be great. I'm gonna put the Tectonic Edge back into the main deck because I really like having the extra Tectonic Edges versus control decks and also Valakut decks. Don't know if that's gonna be a really big percentage of the field, but it's still gonna be something. People are writing articles saying that, you know, that is one of the better positioned decks right now. If other people follow suit, I want to be ready with the Tectonic Edges. But I do have to admit that it's getting fast out there. It's getting really fast, and having double blue mana is at a premium in order to cast the spells reliably on time. So my playtesting so far with Benthic Biomancer is that when I'm winning, I win anyway, whether I activate this thing or not. But when I'm losing, this thing was useless. For example, against the mono red decks, they're just steamrolling me. I have no way of interacting with them. Wish I did, but that's just the situation. I'm getting steamrolled by like fast decks, just fast decks that I could interact with Curse Catcher, but I can't interact otherwise. I don't know if Curse Catcher really is the second coming, like if we're coming back to Curse Catcher or not. But I would like to try him. Because it looks like he interacts with a decent chunk of the format. I'm not sure how well he interacts with Is It Phoenix? It's a very small body, easy to gut shot. They have a lot of cheap spells. But still, if you can like counter a Manamorphose, that could be a big deal. Even countering one cantrip can mean a lot if they really needed the cards. But late game, even against Is It Phoenix, it's not very good. I want this card to be good. But it's just not helping me in any of the matchups that I'm losing. You know, I play this thing against Dredge, and then the Dredge just destroys me. So I need something a little bit more interactive. So the games that I'm winning, whether I adapt this or not, doesn't change the result. A lot of people pointed out, well, Nikachu, your clock was like one turn faster because you adapted the thing. Yeah, but I had like so many answers in my hand in the games that I won that it didn't matter if I adapt the thing or not. So like that's what I really want you guys to point out. Like, does Benthic Biomancer actually win me games that I would normally lose? And we did have one against humans where it actually won. Definitely Benthic Biomancer was a help there. But so far it's not contributing enough to the games that I'm winning. And I don't want to say it's a liability because I don't know if Curse Catcher would be better. But in really fast matchups, I'm wishing that it was Curse Catcher. But so I'm going to split the difference here between Benthic Biomancer and Curse Catcher. And another thing like that was a problem with that list that I played with last week is that we were playing with Mana Leak. And I like the card, actually. I really like the card, but the problem is that Modern's gone ballistically fast, and I really want something to do on turn 1, because if I have nothing to do on turn 1, then if I'm on the draw against any of those fast, crazy decks, like the burn decks, then I get steamrolled, or the mono red Phoenix deck. I just get steamrolled. The deck is too clunky, so I'm trying to play with like a lot of 1-drops right now, and hopefully Benthic Biomancer helps us there. Spell Pierce, Curse Catcher. You know what? Let's play the fourth one. What? We've got a bunch of like little puny things. Maybe Benthic Biomancer will help us in that. I'll give the benefit of the doubt to Benthic Biomancer. Yeah, so moving on to the sideboard, I think 4 Surgicals are excessive, but I still don't want to lose to Dredge, but I don't know what else to put in here. Alternatively, maybe it could be something else, like 2 more Spell Pierce. Or I don't know another good card that would be good against Dredge.
Mistcaller.
Yeah, Mistcaller, but then I should have them in the main deck. I could do that. I could have 2 Mistcallers. Instead, we have 2 Vencers, just to exchange the Spell Pierces against human... Well, against spirits, I would take out 2 Spreading Seas. Against humans, I would take out the 2 Spell Pierces. We've got... I still want the Hurkyl's Recalls for those stupid Whirl decks and all the Affinity decks. Affinity, especially Hardened Scales Affinity, is a thing. Is Chalice right for the sideboard? You know, you saw me start the format with Chalice, and then maybe it was just a bit too early, but my prediction did come correct. Like, there's a lot of 1-mana spell decks out there. You still see the... There's still a lot of decks that it blanks against, you know. I don't think it's that good against, say, like Amulet Titan. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't like auto win the game if you like put it on 0 or 1. And another Tectonic Edge for the Breach decks and the control decks that are out there anyway. So anyway, well, a little note about Phantasmal Image. This could be Mirror Rejury. Maybe it should be. I just really like having this against Titan Breach. Or just any Titan Shift deck in general, and I mean I think it's also okay against Burn, but because you can like copy your Master Waves and put a really fast clock on the board. On the other hand, it's weak to Gutshot, which is being seen in the mono red Phoenix decks and the Izzet Phoenix decks, and on top of that, it's a pretty big liability against Dredge. So those are 3 really big decks where Phantasmal Image is not very well suited against. So maybe this could be Mirror Rejury. Just something to think about, keep in mind. Not to mention, you know, Mirror Rejury is something on 3 mana, so if our opponents play Engineered Explosives or Chalice of the Void on 2, then it would dodge that. So this is the list. We're going to be playing in a competitive league today, and then from there, hopefully I'll have enough courage to go to the modern challenges. I just haven't found the right deck that I think is going to be able to compete in those modern challenges. I need to make sure that I have a really good game against Izzet Phoenix, Mono Red Phoenix, Dredge, whether big decks out there. I'm not sure.
Bolos.
Tidebinder Mage probably could make the sideboard. It's good against Mono Red Phoenix, also Izzet Phoenix. A lot of burn out there. The problem is Tidebinder Mage not good enough against everything else. But if Izzet Phoenix and Mono Red Phoenix is like just a giant portion of the metagame, then whatever, who cares? If 40% of the metagame is like 2 decks, then you have to treat it like it's 40%. So I don't know, I could reconsider that. Not sure what to take out. Like, I really don't want to ignore those stupid artifact decks because I see them all the time. But maybe it's only because I've been playing in the friendly leagues. So let's see how it does in the competitive leagues. We won the die roll. I have to mulligan though, that sucks. Oh, this hand's good.
Great.
Well, this gives us something to do with our Vial, but on the other hand, it's not a very powerful thing to do. But it gives us more interaction early on. Do you know what? I think I'm going to forego it because we already have a turn 1 play, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. It gives us something to do with our Vial, but it's not a particularly powerful thing to do. If I know our opponent has a really super fast deck, then I'm going to like it, but if it is... Oh, also we're on the play, so actually there's even less reason to have it. Let's start off with here. That's actually a mistake. I should play the Mutavault so that if our opponent thought seizes us,
which is coming,
which is coming apparently. There, and then I could have gotten an extra 2 damage in with the Silvergill Adept. I mean, with the Mutavault. Mistakes already. Oh, they took the Merfolk. Oh, that's interesting. They leave us the Silvergill Adept because we can't even attack with. We can't even cast it unless we draw Merfolk. The Merfolk we did not put on top of our deck. Oh, Lord of Atlantis.
Clutch.
So we don't get punished. It's a lot of fantastic, which is not bad actually. Yeah. We just keep copying Silvergill Adept for days.
Weeks.
Weeks. Years.
He's not paying for it yet. Well, that's fine. He loses 2 life.
There goes Lord. What about my card advantage? Is it Death Shadow time? We're up against Grixis Death Shadow, that's for sure. Alright, it's Death Shadow time.
It's a tiny Death Shadow.
So we want to draw Merfolk Tricksters. We want to draw Harbinger of the Tides. These are all good cards. That's pretty good too, to be honest. Okay, we're going to start by drawing some cards. Let's copy the Silver Gill Adept. Alright, I'm just going to pass the turn.
Endless cycle.
I think I'm not going to attack. If I attack, then they attack us back for just a ton more. It's also possible they have Street Wraith in their hand, and if they pay 2 life, if they cycle a Street Wraith, Death Shadow becomes a 3/3, and then we lose our Silver Gill Adept. But they might not go for that line. I'm just thinking, is there anything good about attacking here?
No, just stay on defense.
Okay, let's... I don't like that I'm taking so long. Because another factor is they may not want to risk even paying 2 life with their Street Wraith blocking, and then... because it's possible we have a Lord and we pump this thing up. Anyway, we'll pass. If they'll probably deal damage to themselves anyway.
Oh, yeah.
It's in their interest. Because that's another thing, like...
Death Shadow does not have trample.
I don't like the strategy of people like, well, I can't kill Death Shadow in one shot, so I'm just not going to deal damage to them. I mean, you got to deal damage to them. Like, what if they don't have the Death Shadow? And then even when they have the Death Shadow, it's now going to be in their interest to deal a lot of damage to themselves.
Stop it!
Yeah, just stop it already. I don't know the difference of playing Viling and a Silver Gill Adept right now or later. So I'll just let them take it. Because I'm going to draw a random card, but if the card is good, let's say, I don't know, Lord of Atlantis, then they'll take the Lord of Atlantis. So I should let them make a decision right now, and then we're going to Vile, Phantasmal Image, copy Silver Gill Adept, and then draw that Lord of Atlantis. Oh my god. How much hand disruption do you have?
All of it.
Apparently. Well, now we have to play the Silver Gill Adept.
Which is fine.
Oh no!
You might not take it.
No, they're gonna take it. Okay, so one good thing, we've got a Spell Pierce. It does matter.
You also have 8 damage on board. Well, 6. You can only block one thing.
That does matter too, actually, because if they block, they take 6, go to 4, and then we have
If you get an
more
Island
attackers
Walker,
than they have blockers.
if you get an Island Walker, it'll be real good.
Oh, if I have an Island Walker, I win. No, no Island Walker. Alright, let's just go the Suicide route. Not gonna wait. Now, the only problem is that this Spell Pierce can't protect this Silver Gill Adept, which is an image.
Of course, he goes for the land.
Of course. Oh, maybe I should not have played the land. Because, like, what are they gonna do? Yeah, I shouldn't have played that land. They might not have blocked. Okay, so they've got a plan. So if we draw a Lord, we win.
Arthur.
If we draw, I think if we draw any creature, we might win. There we go.
The Spell Pierce backup.
Sort of a lucky game. Everything went our way. So we win no matter what. If they say, like, have Bolt on this, we counter it. And then if they try to Fatal Push it, then they just don't have enough blockers for what's on the board. Okay, that does nothing. They're just showing me their Snapcaster Mage. I've got a Snapcaster Mage.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, so in this matchup, I'm going to take out a Tectonic Edge, take out an Aether Vial. It's somewhat of an attrition-based deck, so we have to reduce our mana sources, but I do like Aether Vial in this matchup. Flash in Harbinger of the Tides, Flash in whatever. Other cards I like a few Deprives, I like a few Vencers. Cards that I don't like. I think Benthic Biomancer will be fine. Spell Pierce is going to be fine. Phantasmal Image is going to be weird. Spell Pierce is not mandatory. Curse Catcher is also not mandatory. It's good in the matchup, but it's not mandatory. I like to have some hard counters. Deal with Snapcaster Mage. We're gonna see what's good out of you. I think Benthic Biomancer is gonna be fine here. Doesn't need to be interactive, just needs to like grind a little bit. But like but I would say this is not. It's like not. It's not mad. You don't need it. You don't need it. I like Spreading Seas, to be honest. So I took out a bunch of cards. I need to bring in 2 more. Okay, that's fine. We'll bring in the Vencers. That looks okay to me. I don't. Oh no, we'll bring in. Yeah, we'll bring in the 2 Vencers. Hopefully these spell pierces aren't going to be dead. So I like Spreading Seas because they don't have unlimited colored mana, and on top of that, this thing is really hard to remove.
Once it gets in, it's impossible to scroll up.
Well, the point is they can kill the creatures all they want, but they can't kill the Spreading Seas. They have engineered explosives. They do. They do have engineered explosives. But if they don't have that engineered explosives, Spreading Seas, at the very worst, draws us a card, and then adds an extra devotion for Master of Waves, and that's what's important. And we will submit this. Easy keep. That's good. If anyone wants to know, Grixis Death Shadow is a very good matchup for Merfolk. It's a good matchup because they have islands, so we already have Island Walk, so that makes it very difficult for them to like just pay life all the way down to death. I mean, it killed them last game, as you saw. Like they did most of the work for us, and then we finished them off.
Put 2 cards on the bottom.
2 cards on the bottom. That means their hand is rubbish. All right, let's not make the same mistake as last time.
If Reed Duke accidentally vomited at the finals, would people call him Reed Puke?
Oh, it probably. Reddit is not kind. My opponent is leaving up a lot of mana, which says that if I play any creature, they're just going to kill it. I don't want to let them use their mana, so I'm just going to hold up Spell Pierce. It's possible if they brought in, say, Kolaghan's Command. If they brought in Kolaghan's Command, we'll be ready for it when they get to 3 mana. So our hand is really good. Like Harbinger of the Tides is very, 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 very good in this matchup. Bouncing Death Shadow is a huge tempo swing. Bouncing Gurmag Angler is an even larger tempo swing. See, they took the damage. They're getting ready.
I got something spicy.
Damn Kolaghan's Command.
But you got Spell Pierce.
I got Spell Pierce. I'm going to protect the hand from Kolaghan's Command. It's possible we're just going to tick this thing up to 4. Master Waves is pretty serious. And then we can play hard cast Phantasmal Image. Mishra's Bauble. Go for it.
It's also Mishra's Factory, right?
Yep, but that's not legal in Modern.
Does the factory produce the baubles?
I have no idea. Ask Mishra. Add him on Twitter.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I don't have the blue mana to deal with this.
Come on, Island.
And they're slowly getting out of Spell Pierce range.
No?
Alright, so it looks like I am going to be ticking this thing up. These are just way too many cards. To do something or not to do something. I would really like to just
Copy Silvergale.
I don't. Yeah, because I'm gonna discard a card anyway. I mean, I can discard the Spreading Seas. It's not that big of a deal. But it would help so much if I like Violin, Phantasmal Image, copy it, draw a land, be able to play a land, stay on curve. And if I keep drawing lands, that might encourage me to keep it on 2 instead of going to 4.
Come on.
No, that sucks. We're going to discard Spreading Seas.
You could play Spreading Seas.
Could have. Well, they've got a lot of mana. They're not even close to being choked on mana. Okay, there's Death Shadow. Okay, that's fine.
Maybe let's do Death Shadow.
We have all the answers to this. They keep playing lands.
Is it? It's your turn.
So now I want to keep it on 2 because it can interact with Death Shadow.
Land.
That's good enough. I'll take it. We'll just do nothing. They can fetch, shock, make this thing a 4/4, just eat one of our creatures.
Death Shadow does not have trample. Jump block it all you want.
Not yet. Thoughtseize.
You can pay for it, but then you can't do other things, potentially.
I have so many good cards in my hand. Alright. They're going to know about the Spell Pierce, but I guess hopefully that'll just choke their mana for the rest of the game. We have so many ways to interact with this Death Shadow. Took a Master of Waves. What on earth?
He's afraid.
This person's going for the long, 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 long game.
Spend the long shot.
There's not going to be a long game, as far as I'm concerned. Another Death Shadow. Well, that is concerning. What to do about 2 Death Shadows?
In time, you'll be able to bounce them both back to hand.
In time. Okay, I will just not play any creatures yet. We're going to tick this thing up to 1. We're going to tick this... We are not going to tick this thing up.
Island? Not bad.
It's not bad.
Gives you Island Walk.
Potentially could win us the game next turn. So we're just going to pass again. I don't think they're in any position to kill us. We're at a fresh 20 life. They would have to deal a lot of damage to themselves with the Death Shadows. See, they're in a situation where if they were to play Team or Battle Rage at any one of these Death Shadows, then I just Harbinger the one that has a Team or Battle Rage on it. They can't protect themselves from Harbinger. What they can do is play Kolaghan's Command, blow up a vial, but then I Spell Pierce it, they tap themselves out, and then it doesn't matter. That's your end game.
Well, one of these things is getting bounced.
Yes, that is correct. It's going to be neither this turn, though.
Okay. Okay.
6 6s. I'm currently taking 12 damage. Okay, take 12 damage. Go to 8. Do you have Bolt, Snap, Bolt, Bolt? I can protect myself. Another Death Shadow.
Island Walk, don't matter.
And they're at 7. Alright, so let's attempt to win the game.
Tap that thing down.
I really could use one more land. Really could use one more land.
Might as well just keep them both on 2.
Okay, I'm actually going to...
You got a second lord.
Yeah, maybe I just keep them both on 2, and I just attack with everything. If they kill something, then that's when I vial in a lord.
You'll be attacking for 9. Got Spell Pierce back up.
Well, I don't want to play the lord. Land. Any land. I'll take any land. Any land is very good here. Alright. Excelente. So the point is, I don't need to play the lord here. I just attack for victory. Now, when they kill something, that's when I vial in Master of the Pearl Trident. But then they can kill this Phantasmal Image. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be close.
Use the Spell Pierce?
I can't use the Spell Pierce. Okay, so now what do I do? Play Master of the Pearl Trident. Then if I hit them for 6, then everything is a lethal Death Shadow.
I don't see why you don't just vial in the Master of the Pearl Trident here. I'm not understanding.
Because then they kill the Phantasmal Image, Silvergill Adept. And there's no way I can protect it. And they'll just get dealt 6 damage and go down to 1.
It has to be just target.
Yes.
Well, bounce 2 Death Shadows then.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go for lethal.
You can bounce 2 Death Shadows, you'll have 2 blockers.
I can bounce 1 Death Shadow and still have 2 blockers, and hopefully that's enough. Ooh, that... I didn't see that coming. Oh, I totally forgot about that line. Just killed that one, yeah. So, I'm dead. That backfired badly. That is too bad. I could have left both those vials up. I definitely screwed something up here. Oh, okay, we go to game 3. Something got screwed up. Or maybe 3 Death Shadows was just too much. So I will keep everything as is, submit deck. I'll take the play, because tempo does matter in this matchup. I'll keep this. That's too bad. Our hand was really stacked. A bit slow, but really stacked. And still lost. I know they had 3... What's possible is I could play... Well, that's going to be very hard to beat. So we need to beat that with a Master of Waves. Benthic Biomancer, not too bad, to be honest. Do I attempt to loot here? I don't have anything to, what's it called? Loot away. Whatever. Let's loot anyway. That's a good card in this situation. I guess I can get rid of...
Harbinger.
really want to hold on to the Spell Pierce, but the Spell Pierce could die. I'll get rid of Spell Pierce.
That is Spell Pierce. Because here comes another one.
Our opponent played around Spell Pierce quite a bit. Okay, in response to Thought Scour, I'm going to play the Merfolk Trickster. And then we can bounce the Grim Lavamancer.
Springseas would be pretty good here.
They put a bunch of garbage in their graveyard. Springseas would be not bad. We're definitely going to tick the Vial up. That's for sure. That's not even a question here. And hopefully they cannot blow up my board. Harbinger, bounce Grim Lavamancer. This is way less patient than I like, but Grim Lavamancer is a pretty big threat. Like, for example, we could get eaten by Anger the Gods. We could get eaten by Engineered Explosives on 2. We've already used our creature interactive spells.
Is Anger double red?
Huh?
Is Anger double red?
Yeah, it's double red.
Big Fish?
No. No, that's not too bad. We still have mana to work with, but we still need to peel lands to get these Master of Waves in play. Well, that could be useful. We'll spend this on the Blood Crypt. That's also useful. Right, we've got a clock. And they dumped all their lands. Not sure what the hell is in their hand. Dump more lands.
Wheel.
Keep spinning.
I think he's borked.
Okay, keep attacking. If they play Snapcaster Mage, we'll tap it down with Merfolk Trickster. They can get some value out of Thought Scour, but that'll be it.
There it is.
And if they want to get value out of Thought Scour, they're going to have to take like at least one more damage. And another problem is if they want a red source, then they're going to have to take even more damage. So do they want that Thought Scour or not? They're going to go to 1? You're going to go to 1? No. Almost.
Whatever he's got, it's spicy.
But I'm not happy that they have a lot of mana. Like, this is very scary.
One red.
Okay, Grim Lavamancer. We knew about that. Oh, don't Thoughtseize me. We need this Lord of Atlantis. Do you know what? It's not too bad. Oh, Gurmag Angler. Yeah, I don't care about that.
We have 3 more in the deck.
Oh, excellent. We won. Unless this specific Death Shadow deck is magically playing with a Spell Snare or Mana Leak or some crap like that. All right, we won. Lord of Atlantis is all we needed to do. All right, Benthic Bowmans, you did something. Yay, the clock. This clock was relevant. Clock was relevant. The at least in this game, this was scary as hell though. Damn, I do not have a very good plan against you. Well, I mean, I could play with Relic of Progenitus in the sideboard, but
You could play with Simian Spirit Guide and discard it for red for artifact destruction.
I guess the problem is, like, I keep winning against Grixis Death Shadow, so I don't feel like I really need something like Relic of Progenitus. Because Relic of Progenitus is just, like, poor against Dredge now. You just need, like, a really good piece of artifact hate. And there's no, and then, other than that, there's not enough decks that care about the graveyard. the control decks don't really care that much. I know they have Snapcaster Mage, but it's still not relevant enough. Deprive deals with Snapcaster Mage, or just playing around Snapcaster Mage plays around Snapcaster Mage. As stupid as that sounds. But Benthic Biomancer was fine. It was fine. It put a reasonable clock on our opponent. They'd be at, well, I don't know, they'd be at 5 instead, maybe 6, so they're still dead on board. I don't know. Like, I'm still looking for situations where, like, Benthic Biomancer is winning me the game where I normally wouldn't. And, like, you know, we would have drawn into this Lord of Atlantis all the same. This one card deeper did not change our fate. But I don't know, maybe if you other people look back on the match, you can find something where Benthic Biomancer was very, very relevant. Aside from that, what is... I want to say the lesson here is patience. You want to be patient, but patience didn't pay off in, like, the second round. Or I screwed something up there. And then in this game, we were incredibly impatient because this thing was just threatening to eat our board every single turn. So like, against Grim Lavamancer, there are some games where you need to just grind out this Grim Lavamancer, just throw things into it until everything is dead and your opponent's graveyard is exhausted. And then there are other games where I think you should just wait very patiently for opportunities, you know, Spreading Seas the red mana sources, or, I don't know, try to maneuver a Harbinger of the Tides to bounce it for one turn and then empty your hand.
Relic takes care of that.
Relic does take... it does a good job. It does a good job. Cracking Relic isn't the best, but if you can be patient with Relic, it's good, because you turn by turn eat up their graveyard. Good with a Vial. So I guess... Well, and I did have a Vial, but did not exercise patience. Even though I did have the Master Waves in hand. I guess that's something I could have done. I didn't think about that line, to be honest. We could have, from the beginning, just ticked... We only had one Master of Waves at the time. We could have just ticked the Vial up to 4. Would that be enough, though? I don't know. And then hold up the Spell Pierce for any Kolaghan's Command that would tamper with our Ether Vial. But whatever, we won the game. Whatever. Grixis Death Shadow.
It's easy.
Grixis Death Shadow dies. It is easy.
You can play this matchup blindfolded.
I hope the metagame's going to be full of this deck.
I think it's on its way out, actually.
This is sort of on its way in. Anyway, thanks all of you for watching. Thanks to all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. And we're going to thank the manabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu with his brother, playing Merfolk in Modern.